Hi everyone, and welcome back to You Can Yoga Too. Today we're going to do a video for the healthcare heroes in our lives. So this video is going to be for energy, maybe to do when you're feeling sluggish or before a shift. And then we have another video for after your shift to wind down and de-stress. So if you need a little boost, this is the video for you. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start on our backs with our feet flush to the floor, and we're going to roll down slowly and gently. Just starting off nice and slow here, we're going to reach that right foot up to the ceiling and interlace the fingers behind the leg, pointing and flexing through the foot, rolling the ankle, just waking up that leg a little bit. And then we'll switch sides. So bring that right foot down and bring that left foot up. Pointing and flexing the foot. You can spread the toes. Opening it up. And then bringing that left foot down by the right. We're going to come up into our bridge pose. So keeping the hips, the knees, and the feet all in line. We don't want the knees to splay out or knock in toward each other. We're going to bring the hands next to us on the mat. Gently tip the pelvis up toward the ceiling. Start to press into the heels, the hands, and the back of the head to lift the hips up. So squeezing into the glutes, again, keeping the knees in line. They're going to want to try and splay out. Don't let them. Chest comes toward chin, and then chin goes towards the sky as you reach the chest up. Nice big breaths here. Stretching the whole front of the body while we strengthen the back of the body. One more big breath in, lift, 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 and then exhale slowly. Bring the hips back down to the mat. And then from here, we'll roll off to the side, using our arms to press up, coming into our tabletop pose. So hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We're going to do a little variation of cat-cow that includes our legs to get the whole body moving. So we'll start on the left. We're going to take a little tiger pose. So reaching the left foot up toward the ceiling, we're going to pull back energetically on the hands and gently look up, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then on your exhale, you're going to round the spine, pull that knee toward the nose, exhale everything out and squeeze. And then inhale, lift. Like you're trying to kick into the ceiling, squeeze it up, and then exhale. Nice and slow and controlled movements. Knee toward nose, tuck the chin. And one more. Inhale, lengthen the belly, kick it up. Pull the shoulders out of the ears. Exhale, round, knee toward nose. And then exhale back to our tabletop pose. And we're going to take thread the needle. So we're going to take this left hand up, and then just like it sounds, we're going to thread it underneath the right hand. And don't just drop down. You want to use the reach of those left fingertips to bring that left shoulder and that left ear down to the mat. And then we use this right arm for extra support. Breathing into this twist. And remember, you don't want too much weight in your head. If your neck feels like there's too much pressure, you can shift the hips back toward your heels a little bit. And then really press into the right hand. We don't want weight dumping into the neck here. One more big breath. And then to come out, we'll push into that right hand. Bring the left hand back under the left shoulder. Right hand plants. And we're going to take those tiger poses on the second side. So go ahead and lift the right foot this time. Big breath in, drawing the shoulders back and down, stretch the belly long, and then exhale, knee comes toward the nose, round. Press the earth away. And inhale. Kick that foot up. And exhale. Round the spine, knee toward nose. Last one. Inhale it up. And exhale. Bring it back down. One more time, knee to nose. Press all the air out. And then right knee comes down. And we'll thread the needle on the second side. So lifting the right arm up. Exhale. Scoop it, thread it underneath. Reach, 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 reach until that right ear and that right shoulder come down to the mat. Breathing here, trying to keep the weight even between both knees, which is very challenging. All your weight's going to want to go to the right side of the body. So try to keep your hips level. One more big breath here, and then press out of that left hand to come back to tabletop pose. And now we'll start warming up the core a little bit to prep for our downward dog. So spreading the fingers really wide, gripping into the mat. If you're not familiar with downward dog, you want to go back to my yoga fundamentals and check those out. That'll give you a deep dive into the structure of this pose. Otherwise, spread the fingers wide. Tuck the toes, and first we're going to prep by just lifting our knees about an inch off the floor. So take a big inhale and then exhale. Press into the hands, press into the toes, pull the belly in really strong. You got this. Big breath in and then exhale. Bring the knees down. And then on your next exhale, we're going to do the same thing. So tuck the toes, lift the knees, and then push back. Up. To our downward dog. So keeping the knees nice and bent. Remember, down dog is about stretching through the spine, not stretching through the back of the legs. And then you can paddle the feet here, pressing into the pointer finger and the thumb. Give it a little paddle. You can look under one arm and then the other. It's trying to find some comfort in your down dog to see where your body is at today. And then gently walk the feet up toward the hands for our first forward fold. So again, keeping the knees generously bent. We want to be hinging right from the hip creases. And then shake the head out. Starting to warm up the legs. And then we'll roll up to stand nice and slow. Into our mountain pose. And then we reach up. Reach and try to bring the hands together. If you can't bring the hands together here, you can always keep the hands apart. And then on your exhale, we're going to take standing half moon, go over to the right, stretching through the left side of the body. Inhale to center. Exhale, other side. And then inhale to center. Exhale, bring the hands back down. And from here, we're going to take our warrior one. So for our warrior one, you want to spread the feet nice and wide. So you want to think more railroad tracks than tightrope. You don't want the feet right behind one another. That'll make it a little more challenging than we want here. So keeping your left foot toward the top of the mat, we're going to take a big step back with the right foot. So hips are facing toward the front of the mat still. They're not going to open up to the side. You want everything square to the front. And then you're going to turn the right toes out at a 45-degree angle, keeping the hips facing forward. And if that hurts your right knee, feel free to come up on the toes and take a lunge. So either one, so we settle into our legs, we find our foundation. And then when you're ready, we lift the arms up. So breathe here, and we're going to add some arms, but you don't want to forget about your legs. You want to keep pressing strongly into the outer edge of the back foot. And try to keep that knee over the ankle. We're going to take a big inhale here, and then on the exhale, you're going to face the palms forward, And then squeeze the shoulder blades back and down. Pull the elbows down. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, squeeze. One more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. You got it? And inhale, reach up. Bring the hands back to heart center. And we're going to step the right foot back by the left foot. Coming back to our mountain pose. And then we'll do the second side. So now we're going to leave the right foot where it is. We're going to step that left foot back. Turn the left toes out to a 45-degree angle. Or take your lunge, squaring the hips up to the front. Strong bend in the front knee, pressing into the outer edge of the back foot. And then we lift up. And again, shine those palms forward. Exhale, squeeze it back. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach, opening the chest. Exhale, squeeze. And reach it up. You can even look up here. And then hands come to heart center. And we step the left foot up to meet the right. Now you can stay right here at the top of the mat. I'm just going to turn so you can see me. We're going to do a little standing pigeon pose. So for these balance poses, I always recommend you have a wall or something nearby in case you still feel a little wobbly. We're going to take a breath and we're going to shift the weight into the left leg. From here, we're going to gently bend that left leg and try to bring the right ankle to the top of the left thigh. So you're bending into that left knee. The weight is shifting back in your hips, and we'll bring the hands to heart center. So deepening in this pose, really strong. You can always have your butt up against the wall here, or you can hold on to something. Remember, there's no cheating in yoga. Trying to open up this hip. And if you fall out of it, don't worry about it. See, I can't talk and balance at the same time. Bring the foot back and come back to your mountain pose. Awesome job. So now we'll do the same thing second side. So shift that weight into the right foot. We're going to gently lift that left foot up. Bring the left ankle to the top of the right thigh. Flex the left foot. Opening up the hip, working on our balance. It also helps to find a focal point while we balance. If we find a strong gaze and don't talk, like I'm talking, it makes that balance a little bit easier. And then bring the left foot down by the right, come back to your mountain pose, and we're going to take another forward fold, but this time we're going to reach back, interlace the fingers, pull the chest open. Now you're going to want to lock your elbows here. Resist the urge to do that. We don't want to do that. Keep those elbows nice and soft, knees soft. Take a big inhale, and then exhale, fold forward. So those hands are going to come up and over. If your shoulders are tight and the interlace doesn't feel good, you can always hook thumbs instead. Remember, letting the head go here. Shake it out. You don't want to crunch up on the neck. And then exhale. We're going to release the bind. Bring the hands down to the mat. And come all the way back down. So bring the knees down. And we're going to come to a plank position. So plank, of course, just looks like the top of a push-up. You want to spread the fingers wide. And you can come up on the toes for a full plank or keep the knees down for a half plank. Now what I don't want to see is what I call a banana. So either the hips dropping down or the butt sticking way up like you're in a half downward dog. It's much better to be in a half plank and have good form than struggle in a full plank. So listen to your body on this one. So wherever you are, you're going to spread the fingers wide. And we're going to hold our plank pose for 5 breaths, knees up or down. So inhaling here. So super strong belly. Imagine lifting the back of your knees up toward the ceiling. Press your hands into the mat strongly. You're pulling the belly in. Stretching the heels back. Shrugging your shoulders away from the ears. You got this. The more challenging it gets, the deeper you breathe. You're getting so strong. feel that prana flowing through the body. And then, exhale. If your knees up, take them down. And then press back to a little child's pose. I'm going to keep my toes tucked under here, because we're only here for a breath or two. This is our quick little practice. And then inhale, back forward to tabletop. And then bend the elbows to come all the way down to the belly. We're going to slide the hands back by the ribs. Press the toes down into the mat. So the tops of the feet press into the mat. Pelvis presses into the mat. And we're going to keep our elbows nice and tight to the body. No flappy chicken wings here. And on the inhale, we're going to pull back energetically on the hands and lift up for a little cobra. So on the inhale, we lift up, peel the chest up, and then exhale down. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale down. One more, inhale, reach up. Now we're going to hold this one. So keeping the elbows bent, we're going to pull the shoulder blades down and away. Super strong, energizing the back. And then exhale it down. We're going to take a little crocodile pose. So basically you make like a little pillow with your hands, stacking the hands on top of each other. And you plonk your forehead down on it. That's a crocodile pose. It's always a crowd pleaser. Taking a breath here. You're almost done. We're going to do our locust practice. So pointing through the toes, we're going to keep the upper body exactly where it is. Turning the inner thighs up toward the ceiling, we're going to squeeze and lift both legs off the mat. So this is more about length. So we're trying to shoot the toes away from us, pressing the pelvis into the mat, squeezing into the glutes, squeezing into the back of the legs, and then exhale down. Whew. Take a breath. Now we're going to do the upper body. So this time the whole leg stays on the mat. We're going to reach the arms back toward the feet, palms facing in toward the thighs. And then this time we're going to lift the chest off the mat. So inhale, lift and reach. So you're squeezing your shoulder blades toward each other, reaching like you're trying to grab your toes, shining your heart forward, lift, lift, lift. And then exhale, release. Take a breath. Because you know where we're going. Now we got to put those together for our full locust pose. So remember, this isn't about how high you lift. It's about engaging the whole back body and making yourself nice and long. And you got to keep breathing. I know it's a lot, but you can do this. So get ready. On your inhale, we're going to lift everything up. So reaching, squeezing the shoulder blades together, lifting the shoulders away from the mat, spinning the inner thighs up, reaching back, shooting those legs back behind you, reaching the crown of the head forward. Keep breathing. One more big breath here. And exhale it down. Awesome job. And then we're just going to roll over onto our side and use our arms to press back to our seat. And then we're just going to sit up. Bring the feet about as wide as the mat. Use your arms for support. Roll the shoulders back. Puff the chest out. Keep the elbows soft. And then we're just going to windshield wiper the legs to release that. So just let the legs flump to one side and then the other. Letting it go. Catching your breath. Releasing all that. And then come to our nice, easy seated pose. So I hope you feel a little more energized now for your big day ahead. Bringing the hands to the knees, rolling the shoulders back. We'll end with one big old cleansing breath together. So start by exhaling out any stress, anything that's no longer serving you. Let it go. Then take a big inhale. All that good positive energy to power you throughout your day. And then exhale, big sigh. Go with gratitude and lead with love, my dear yogis. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a thing. Thank you so much and have a beautiful day.